Saudi Arabia's $500 billion NEOM megacity isn't just a futuristic marvel, but a ticking time bomb of secrets. From flying taxis and mirrored skyscrapers to whispered scandals they don't want you to know, this city is as controversial as it is ambitious. NEOM is no ordinary city. It's being built from scratch in the middle of the Saudi desert, stretching 170 kilometers long with promises of zero carbon living, cutting-edge tech, and even an artificial moon. But beneath the glitz lies a reality far darker than you've been told. Hey guys, Jerry here, and today we're uncovering 5 shocking secrets about NEOM City that'll make you see this so-called city of the future in a whole new light. Stick around, because secret number 5, it's a story of bloodshed, evictions, and resistance you won't believe. Imagine this: hundreds of workers toiling away in the desert heat, building what's supposed to be the city of the future. But instead of advanced tech and luxurious living, their daily reality is far from futuristic. Workers, many of them migrants from countries like Pakistan, are crammed into poorly maintained housing. Their commute, an unpaid 3-hour bus ride every day. That's 6 hours of travel on top of grueling shifts that stretch far beyond legal working hours. Can you imagine getting only 4 hours of sleep before heading back to work again? The toll is showing. Accidents are happening, often. Last year, Abdul Wali Sakandar Khan, a young Pakistani engineer, tragically lost his life when a guardrail collapsed on site. He was just 25, a father of 2 trying to build a better future for his family. But instead of justice or accountability, his family faced a bureaucratic nightmare. His brother had to personally fly to Saudi Arabia, bearing the costs himself just to bring Abdul Wali's body home. Promises of compensation turned out to be empty, leaving the family fighting for answers. And it's not just about one tragic story. Workers report conditions so harsh they're being pushed to their limits. Fatigue from lack of rest is causing more accidents, and the companies involved, they shrug it off, treating these workers as if they're disposable. NEOM's vision may be shiny, but the foundation it's being built on feels alarmingly unstable. But there's more to NEOM's challenges than worker safety. Have you ever wondered what happens when an ultra-modern dream collides with deeply rooted traditions? That's exactly what's unfolding at NEOM, and it's creating a storm of cultural and social tension. The line, NEOM Centerpiece, promises a futuristic way of living. No cars, no pollution, and everything you need within a short walk. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the catch. It's being built on a society known for its conservative values and traditions. This isn't just a new city. It's a completely different way of life being introduced to people who might not want it. For starters, NEOM is designed to attract people from all over the world. Think of it like a melting pot of cultures, with high-income professionals living next to middle and low-income workers. On paper, it sounds like a dream of unity, but in reality, it could be a recipe for clashes. People from different backgrounds are crammed into one experimental city, with wildly different expectations and lifestyles. It raises a big question: how do you make everyone feel at home without stepping on someone else's beliefs? And then there's the technology. NEOM is meant to be smart, hyper-connected, and run by AI. That sounds convenient, sure, but think about how that could feel for someone used to privacy and a slower pace of life. Cameras everywhere, automation running the show. It's a lot to adapt to, especially in a region where personal and family life is highly valued. The Saudi government is banking on this project to represent the future. But what happens if the locals feel left behind? Or if they resist these changes? It's a tough balancing act, and as NEOM pushes forward, the cracks in its cultural foundation are starting to show. But it's not the only crack appearing in this ambitious vision. Have you thought about what NEOM's futuristic design might be doing to nature? Let's talk about the birds, and not in a good way. Picture this: 2 giant mirrored skyscrapers, each 1,640 feet tall, stretching for miles across the desert. They shimmer in the sunlight, reflecting the surrounding beauty. But those mirrors are deadly traps to the billions of birds migrating along this route. NEOM's planners have admitted it themselves. It's inevitable that a significant number of birds will perish. Just think about that for a second. A migration path that's been used for centuries could turn into a graveyard for species like the endangered Saker falcon and Egyptian vulture. And it's not just the birds. This massive construction is taking place on untouched land that was once home to unique ecosystems. Building a city of this scale in a desert environment means habitats are being lost. Animals that once roamed freely will find their paths blocked by this enormous, human-made structure. Sure, NEOM promises sustainability with renewable energy and no cars, but does that balance out the destruction it's causing in the first place? Even the glassy, mirrored walls of the line pose hidden dangers beyond birds. Experts say the design could create unnecessary heat, disrupting the delicate balance of the desert environment. Add wind turbines on top of the buildings, and you've got another hazard for flying wildlife. It's like stacking danger on top of danger. Now, you might wonder, can't they fix this? NEOM claims to be working with international partners to study migration patterns and reduce harm. But is it enough? As it stands, the sheer size and ambition of this project make it seem like an impossible challenge to overcome. And with billions of dollars already sunk into construction, would they even stop if they found a better way? But there's another side to NEOM's futuristic vision, and it might make you pause: your data. What if the city didn't just rely on technology, but used your personal data as the key to making everything work? NEOM's designers call it a data economy. Sounds futuristic, right? But here's where it gets tricky. Imagine living in a city where every move you make, every click, and every choice feeds into a system. This data would power everything from healthcare to transportation, even security. In return, they promise rewards, money for all your data. At first, it might sound like a fair trade. You get paid for something companies already use for free. But is it really that simple? NEOM says you'll have full control over what data you share and who sees it. They're developing a platform to manage this, even alerting you if someone accesses your data without permission. But let's think about it. Who controls the system? Who ensures your data isn't misused? NEOM is being built in a country where human rights and privacy protections have long been under scrutiny. Once your data is out there, how do you get it back? And it's not just about privacy. Some experts worry this system could create a divide. Data from wealthier residents might be more valuable, leaving others with less bargaining power. Over time, could this lead to new forms of inequality with data as the currency? Even if you're okay with the trade-off, living in a high surveillance city might feel unsettling. Cameras everywhere, AI monitoring your habits. It's like being a part of an experiment you didn't fully sign up for. Critics call it a surveillance city. Sure, drones might deliver help if you fall or feel unwell, but do you want to be watched that closely every second of your life? The line promises a world of conveniences, but at what cost? Could your privacy become a luxury you can't afford? The answers aren't so clear, and as NEOM's plans unfold, these questions will only grow louder. But there's one more story to tell, a story of people who paid the ultimate price for standing their ground. Have you heard about the Huetat tribe? They've lived in the region earmarked for NEOM for generations, but when the plans for the megacity began, they faced forced evictions, demolished homes, and unfulfilled promises of fair compensation. It's not just about losing their land, it's about losing their heritage, their way of life. One man, Abdul Rahim Hueti, became the face of their resistance. He posted videos showing how security forces were pressuring his people to leave. He refused to back down. Tragically, in 2020, he was killed in what Saudi authorities called a shootout. Many believe it was an execution meant to silence dissent and send a chilling message to others. But the violence didn't stop there. Reports reveal that dozens of Huetat members have been arrested or detained for resisting eviction, with some facing death sentences. Others were charged with terrorism for simply mourning Abdul Rahim's death online. Imagine being punished just for grieving. It's heartbreaking to think about the price these communities are paying for a project touted as the future. While NEOM's glossy brochures showcase flying taxis and mirrored skyscrapers, the human cost is swept under the rug. Entire villages have been wiped off the map, replaced by the ambition of a city that's supposed to represent progress. So here's the question: can progress truly be called progress if it's built on blood and tears? NEOM may promise to be a city of the future, but its foundation seems stuck in the past. A past where the powerful take what they want, no matter the cost. What do you think? Is NEOM a futuristic dream, or does its dark side overshadow the promises? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching.